Good morning, traders. This is Matt with Newbie-Trader.com, and this is your weekly gap wrap for the week ending July 9th, 2016. This was a shortened week due to the 4th of July holiday break on Monday, so we basically only have 4 days of trading. And looking at the screen here, you can see on Tuesday we opened outside of our high probability gap range. The market just stayed down there between our two support levels and just rotated back and forth after it went through that first level that became resistance, and just rotated back and forth most day. We did not open in the high probability gap range, and we did not fill our half gap or full gap. Now on Wednesday, we actually opened up just a tick or two right outside of our high probability zone. And you can see they came down, found support at that first buy level, went up, hit the half gap, came back down, found support again. This time it was starting to create a bit of a megaphone pattern there. Found support still at that first buy level, ended up going up, filling its 4 o'clock, 4:15 gap, and rotated all the way up to its daily pivot zone. Stayed there for most of the day before finally getting to the first resistance zone towards the end of the day. Thursday was just a rotational day. We opened in our high probability range, and basically the market filled its half and full gap. First went up to its resistance zone, came off of that, rotated between its close and the pivot for a good part of the day, broke underneath the pivot, kind of hung there, and then pushed down towards its first buy level. Now on the YM, which we also follow and have similar levels for, the YM actually hit its buy level before this final bounce to go up and meet right where it started at the open there. And Friday, again, it was a case of where we opened up outside of our high probability gap range, and they made no attempt to go fill the gap. So out of the 3 days, we only had one official day that opened in the high probability range, and it actually did fill both its gap and half gap. But I want to focus on the non-farm payroll on Friday. Great day trading, and I just want to show you how one of our auto signal tools performed on Friday. So if you would, just let me bring up our ultimate fractal tool. Now, there's a lot going on this chart, and we have a lot of videos that explain how this tool works, and you can just go there to our home page. On the right hand side, we explain what these different candles are and some of the things we use with momentum. Not going to get into all that on this video, but I want to first draw your attention to the pink numbers and the pink circles. If you look to the left of the pink circle, those would be our official entries. Now this first one to the far left, that's a pre-market trade for 8.5 points, and that happened at about 6 o'clock in the morning. So you'd have to be up prior to the non-farm payroll news announcement even coming out, and there was a signal on that. Now these signals are auto-generated. You don't have to do anything on your end. They show up on your computer based off of the algorithms that we've designed into this tool. Now over here after the non-farm payroll, you can see we have another official entry, and that one is for 1.5 points. And then during market hours only, the only signal we have, like trading hours only, after the 9:30 open on Eastern time, we had one signal that happened around 9:41, 9:42, but that ended up being the trade of the day. Underneath here, you can see a pink line. That's actually a trailing stop that follows it all the way up, and that trade went until the end of the day. So that was a great trade for 14.5 points. And that's the one that most traders that come to our trading room, they show up and they want to trade after the open, and they take that one signal. Now, I want to go ahead and draw your attention to these gray circles with the gray numbers. These are also valid signals that happen for our tool, but these are signals that happen after you're already in the initial trade. You can see the initial trade, and the trailing stop hasn't been hit yet, and you have a secondary entry, and it's a fine entry. You can take that, but you can see that would be a little more aggressive, and you would be adding to a existing position. If you did that on that pre-market, you actually lost a point. You can see your entry level and your stop was below it by a point. Your stop over here at this red candle, but the other ones worked out quite nice. During the trading hours, we had an entry signal that went for an additional 10 points, another one that went for an additional 8.5, and the one here at the very end only took up a half point because by the time it pushed up and was stopped out. But all in all, it was just a fantastic day. One official signal during trading hours with 3 add-on trades during the trading hours. And if you traded the pre-market, you had 2 signals with 1 add-on. So taking that into account, it ended up being 9 points during the pre-market session. So not counting slippage or commission or anything like that. $50 a point for the ES markets, that'd be equivalent of $450. If you just traded the trading hours and took the add-on trades, that's 33.5 points. And again, that would be the equivalent of $1,675. So for total potential for the day, using our auto signal ultimate fractal tool, 42.5 points are the equivalent of $2,125 for the day. And again, that doesn't include any slippage, that doesn't include commissions, that sort of thing. So obviously your actual earnings would be a little less than that if you traded all these. And anyway, this is probably the main tool that we focus on in our room. We like to watch the YM, we like to watch the ES, but this tool works on up to 12 different futures markets. So anyway, if you're interested in a little help with your trading, you'd like to use some of these key levels, maybe like to use some of these auto signal tools, just go check out our videos over at our main site, and that is Newbie-Trader.com, and go down to where it says Ultimate Fractal Tool. We got plenty of educational videos there for you to watch, and hopefully you find this helpful. Hopefully you find this tool helpful, and we'd love to see you inside. Thanks, and have a great weekend.